We are not emotionally connected. We are not physically. Hello, everyone. How is your heart today? How's your heart? It's so important to take that energetic temperature check of your heart, right? Because then you know how you're operating and how you can maneuver around the day, right? And it's about connecting to your heart in some way, somehow bringing more love into the world. And as you're emitting and giving and sharing love, you're also receiving the love as well. So I wanted to share with you a message that I got from Source this week. And it's a really important one. And it's something that I've been implementing and practicing. And I'll admit that it's hard to do. So if you're going to choose to take this on yourself, just do your best to be kind and compassionate and understanding that it is a process. It's an implementation that needs to be consistently done. And it does take an awareness and a mindfulness for it to happen. And it's about observation and witnessing of the self. So what my guides were telling me they were sharing with me why we would want to sort of have that aspect of observation and witnessing ourselves. So we're so connected to the container of the body, our human earth suit. And we're made up of both physical energy and non-physical energy, right? And so therefore the body has both, which means higher frequencies and lower frequencies. And remember, the frequency of what makes something low vibration is just the speed or the rate at which the light wave is moving, right? So when we're in a place of observation, we are not our body. We are not our thoughts, and we are not our feelings. But the body contains all of that, right? And the body, when still, will have that, or those facets activated, right? So when we are able to get ourselves into observation mode, into witnessing, what we're doing is we are witnessing the fact that our body is doing A, B, and C, or experiencing A, B, and C. We are witnessing the thoughts that we're having. We are not the thoughts that we're having. We're just witnessing and observing it. And we're just witnessing the feelings or the emotions that we're having. But we are not those thoughts, not those feelings, right? And yeah, also not those thoughts, but I'm on the feelings section right now. Hey, so we're not the feelings, right? So when we are able to sort of draw ourselves out, okay? Draw ourselves out, witness and observe, we are then operating from soul perspective, right? And many of us right now are sort of witnessing ourselves, our actions, our behaviors, our feelings, even like how the body is feeling from an outside perspective, almost as if we're separated from ourselves. And not as a tool of disassociation, although a lot of times we can do that as a survival technique because we've been triggered. But there are moments where we're just completely and totally aware that it's not just me, right? There's more to me. And that is when we have come in contact with our soul. That is when we are having an awakening experience. So when we're awakening, we're seeing ourselves from an outside perspective. We are observing ourselves. We're witnessing ourselves. We are not emotionally connected. We are not physically connected. And we are not mentally connected. And what my guides were saying was to be in that space brings consciousness expansion. And that's when we get into what we might want to call the void or the quantum, right? Where everything is possible. Because there's no physicality, there's no density. And so we actually have the opportunity to create from that space. It's like having a totally clean slate. We are no body, in no space, in no time, and there are no things, right? And here's the thing, is like it happens at the weirdest times, right? And sometimes scenarios and situations are created by our spirit team. We might want to call those a crisis, where we're kind of forced into reflecting into our inner self, where these issues come right to our face and we're like, oh, okay. So if you find yourself in this space of witnessing yourself, observing yourself, first of all, it's an awesome place to be in. Awesome place, because you're at the point of almost this stillness and this oneness with the energy of the universe, right? And secondly, if you can practice getting into that space, then that space just automatically becomes a part of you, which it already is, but it's not sort of known to us, right? We have to experience it to remember it, and then continue practicing it through some sort of structure or ritual so that it becomes more of this permanent knowledge. And we all have this ability and capability to do it. So the benefits of really being able to observe or witness yourself is that you know that you are not the chaos of what's happening around you. Do you know how powerful that is? Yeah, it's amazing, yes? But the only way we can do that is to start to do this inner reflection and to gain this awareness of how we're currently operating. We have that discomfort of either physical or emotional pain where we're like, we know this isn't working. And then we get to be really mindful and aware and conscious of when we're experiencing being attached to our thoughts, our feelings, and our body, so that we can then become aware and detach and tell ourselves, I am not the body. I am not the thoughts. I'm not these feelings. I mean, the body is experiencing this pain. These thoughts are happening. These feelings are happening, but I am not the feelings. I am not the thoughts. I am not the body, which gives us this opportunity to draw ourselves out and see ourselves, observe ourselves, witness ourselves so that we can get to this place of oneness, of stillness, of nothingness, where we then have this amazing, knowingness, right? I know this is super, super intense and detailed, but this is the message that I got from my guides. And so the way I've been doing it is just really, through inner reflection, understanding how I'm attached to people, places, and things, yes. And then when I can come online and realize in that acute moment, oh my God, I'm really angry and I'm pissed off, taking myself out of that situation, because I can be aware that I don't have to be this anger. I am not this anger. Right? And then allow that energy to move through my body. So in that moment of me catching myself and understanding that I am not that anger, I get to witness and observe myself. It's very similar to the Buddhist idea of suffering, right? Which is all about attachment. How do we attach to things? What are we saying about ourselves? What story are we saying in regards to any type of situation? So really doing the inner reflection on ourselves, understanding how we operate, is going to really, really help us draw ourselves out of whatever the now moment is giving us. And we can say, wow, I'm not anger. I am not the anger. Right? And whatever thoughts are happening, I am not those thoughts, meaning the story, whatever story you're saying. It's what evidence do I have that this is even true? So it's a practice, and there's a structure and a ritual to it. And it's often done through meditation. Right? Meditation isn't just to relax. Meditation is to get you to a point to separate from the thoughts, the emotions, and the body, so that you can observe and witness. So the practice and the implementation would be to meditate so that you can come online. This human journey, this human experience, but this is the spirituality. This is the soul work, to, as often as we can, get to a place that we can observe what's happening in the chaos, so that we don't have to be the chaos or be part of that chaos, and just witness it and just observe it. Right? And again, it's a practice. It's not something that just comes easily. I was very upset at myself over the weekend, actually, because in that acute moment, it was very difficult for me to come online and to draw myself out. So it happened after the fact, which is fine. It's still a level of awareness, right? It's just in that now moment, I wasn't able to observe and witness. So guess what I get to do? Practice it the next time it happens, right? So that's what I want to share with you is how beneficial it is for us to be able to witness ourself, observe ourselves, take ourselves out of who we are, what we're thinking, what we're feeling, what our body is going through, because we are not those things, right? We're not. That is connecting to the soul. That is connection to the divine. And that is actually reconnection to ourself, so that we can see what is the truth in that now moment and make any discernments from a place of being whole instead of separated, whole instead of victimized. But we have to be able to take ourselves out in order to witness and observe and to know, oh, we're actually not whatever we're saying we are. And that's what my guides wanted to make sure that I knew. And of course, anything they tell me, I pass on to you guys. So there you go. So that was the message from Source that I wanted to deliver to you guys. Yeah? So you know what I'm always saying, stay connected to yourself, stay connected to your friends and family. And of course you can stay connected to me. You can check me out at terriehuberman.com in case you want to learn how to observe and witness your life. Because I'll tell you this much, I am taking my firsthand experience and applying the shit out of it, right? So that I can teach you how to do it. We all have our wonderful gifts and purpose here while we're wearing our earth suit. We all have something to contribute. We all have something to share. And if you're watching this channel, I know with every fiber of my being, you want to be of service and help other people. Well, the best way to help other people is to help ourselves first. It starts with us first, and then it goes out to the collective. So if you actually want to help other people, you got to help yourself first. Yes? Yes, yes. So stay connected, and I'll see ya on the flip side.